Glad you bring that up because that's something that's hurt me in my playing careers. I think so much about some of the situations.
Almost overthink things,
yeah,
right?
And that's what happens is that's where the hesitation comes from, is because you're overthinking the play. And I'm sure you guys hear it in my commentating sometimes. You know, I bring up all these different scenarios that could happen, and that's exactly what would happen when I'd be playing in some of these situations. But going into the ban and protects, MR6 off the table along with Overkill and the high caliber. Fully expect to see rapid fire as well as the tacticals followed up. Like we were saying in the hard point, I think both these teams are on the same page in terms of what they want to ban and what they want to protect.
You know what's kind of funny is I looked down for like 2 seconds, missed who banned the overkill. So I was like, oh, which team was that? But because I saw the MR6 ban, I was like, yeah, I have a feeling that MR6 ban came out of TP. So that overkill must have been banned by Slacked. As we continue on through things, you got JCap banning the concussion. I'm guessing EnVy were the ones that banned Flashbang as well.
Flasher, yes.
Havoc and Octane to
Rapid
finish
still
things
in.
out. Rapid still in.
We'll see where these guys decide to go.
SVG still available.
Yeah.
Do you
Who's
ban?
more worried about the sniper though?
Do you ban the SVG in this one? It doesn't appear so, as Overdrive and Rapid Fire the final two. What do you think about Overdrive being banned from Octane?
I honestly think what was happening there is both of those last players were on Rapid Fire. They're like, oh god, this guy's not going to ban Rapid, so just in case, I'll be ready. And then Havoc did it with 4 seconds remaining, so he's like, I'll just do Overdrive.
I'll just find the closest one that can make sense. Is you can see Kinetic Armor picked, and whoa, Psychosis from JCap. Makes a little bit more sense when the likes of Overdrive is banned out, right? I mean,
yeah, so that takes something off, but then Vision Pulse is also a good thing to pick up. And that now we're going to have the conversation. Psychosis or Vision Pulse. Havoc, you're going to pick up Kinetic Armor, just do it.
I think the Psychosis play comes in much more often in this one because, and in a bad way, because in a game mode like S&D, obviously HCXDs are typically the first score streak earned if it's available.
Yeah.
When you call out an HC and they're doing, let's say, a coordinated Psychosis push, the clones don't have that red diamond inside of them knowing, hey, that's a player, right? You can immediately spot where the Psychosis player is, and you can call it out to your team, too. It's one of those small little things that make a big difference in some rounds.
Also, like, wherever you're going to be pushing on the map to where Psychosis can be useful, like, let's say you're pushing out back rails. Very tight, all the drones or the clones are going to be stacked up against one another.
Yeah.
Same thing going through tin. Middle map is really the only open area where Psychosis could have a huge effect on something, but like we were saying in the last series when we were talking about Vision Pulse, I think you get great consistent use out of Vision Pulse. You saw it have some good effect on this map especially. You think of Facento running, through the back drains, he pops Vision Pulse, spots like 2 DT players, then calls out to his teammates, like, hey, there are 2 guys here, go kill them.
And that's exactly what they did. Now, one thing to look for is, with Psychosis, I'm still wondering when teams begin to kind of bait out their Psychosis. And what I mean by that is right now, if I see Psychosis, I'm 99% sure that a push is following it up, right?
Yeah.
You think they're going to execute on that site. When do we start seeing teams, play a little bit sneaky? They have their Psychosis player push up. Maybe they have a second player with them. They throw out EMPs. They throw out a couple of nades. They let the Psychosis bots run, and then they rotate and execute towards the other site. I mean, I feel like that's something that we haven't seen too much as of yet with that specialist. And it might seem like, is that really worth it, though? Is that something, hey...
Depends if it works or not.
Yeah, you need a sneaky round win, potentially something that you can pull out of your back pocket.
If you want to consistently win a game mode like Search and Destroy, you need to consistently take some risks.
Yep.
Right? You got a couple rounds to play with, especially like DT, for example. They're up 4-0. Just all push down middle street. Just do something crazy as a team, throw the other team off guard. Because, listen, worst case scenario, what happens? Oh, wow, you lose the round. Not the end of the world. You're still up. You still have a few more rounds to play with, and then now because you made that play happen, you decide to make that decision, the other team has to respect it in all future rounds, and they're going to keep that in the back of their minds.
Psychosis from JCap. Gonna be something you gotta see how it all pans out for EnVyUs, as they are up 1-0 over Rise Nation after a solid hold in that final hard point to really just blow open the floodgates and propel them to a Game 1 victory. Off the start, we're on board with Looney from Rise Nation. He's got the VMP, and oh, Revan, we thought this might happen in Game 2 of the last series. This time, it's Looney from Rise bringing out the smokes, and look at that coverage he just gave his team middleman.
It's a wall of smoke in the middle of the street.
Those are other examples of nade spots, right? And Looney actually challenges a player inside auto from the top. Wall run classic's gonna fly on through Havoc. Gets the kill with the RK5. You've got Slasher there as well, and just like that, Envy swing the numbers in their favor.
That was a really good start from Rise, though. They get first blood. They get the wall of smokes up. That was clearly you could see it was to enter the A bomb site, but unfortunately, Classic pushed a little too far forward. Challenge that player over near the side door, and he got taken out. So now it's down to a 3-on-2.
And I think the bomb is actually dropped right outside Dub windows.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No,
No, he was able to get it.
up.
Okay, good. So he didn't have to go out.
You got to plan it for
sacrifice
actually.
himself.
Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, it's a 1v3 rough situation for him. I thought they were going to try to stay alive, plan it for a junkyard. Octane peeks out, and he gets cleaned up by JCap. Good hold from Envy. I thought they were maybe going to get a little bit flustered from that wall of smokes. Not a strategy we see too often, but it's also good to see from the side of Rise. Because you could see now, okay, they've been starting to think a bit more about their search and destroy and coming up with some interesting strategies.
Yeah, I think one thing I kind of want to begin to point out right there is you saw Classic rush through Dark Hall, and that's really where the round swung into Envy's favor. Did you want to see him play that a little bit more slowly to have maybe some help from his teammates? Or
It's fine that he pushes that if he has someone to help out and work the trade from there. I feel like he's playing a little solo dolo right there, just by himself. But going into the second round now, Slasher, he opens things up with first blood. He's got a couple players on the outside. And look at Havoc, man. So aggressive, runs right through the middle of the map. He finds Slacked, catches him off guard. Now this could be an easy bomb plant for TP here at the B site.
This is what I love about Havoc on this Envy team. I know that they lost a rough game 5 to Elevate yesterday in S&D, but I think Havoc adds a ton to this squad. I think that was an example of Envy just kind of losing composure last night in that one. Don't expect to see that happen anytime soon again for this Envious squad. Havoc, he gets the final kill cam as well, and I love this class he's using. It is entirely for rushing on the map. You add in Flak Jacket, it lets him run right through those nade spots that can catch him as he's rushing up. Afterburner, obviously, can just use that boost whenever. He's got Dead Silence and Blast Suppressor, so all of his movement is entirely masked.
Yes, this is what I want to see. He's bringing out the sniper.
Now it's sniper time. Havoc just having a fun time in this game, too.
And he was using the same exact class, doubling up on perks, but he's also using Tac Mask when the tacticals make it through. Spots one early on, and this is exactly why he brought out the sniper for this wall of smoke play from Rise.
Well, I wonder who's using Cold-Blooded on the side of Rise Nation. You can see, yeah, Looney is. So he's the one with the smokes and Cold-Blooded. Slasher gets first blood. He's going to back gun up towards Rocks. Havoc hits Slacked in the back with that massive bullet. TP kills Classic, and, well, it's Octane in the 1v4. Envy just showing their search and destroy dominance. Classic does get one. I'm not even going to reference last night. Don't even say it. It's like, it's going to be the new Full Sail with Envy. Or it's like, oh, are they going to get 1v4?
Huh.
Could it happen?
We'll see. Octane does spot one more over near top barn. But Envy, I don't think they're going to let it happen, right?
And now,
they're playing together here.
Sorry to cut you off there, but if you press triangle, I believe, yeah, he does not have Dead Silence on, so good luck ninjing in this one. Good luck making a crazy, sneak play. Dane's slowly inching up. They've got an idea. He's back here. Slasher with the one burst. Envy now up 3-0, making it look easy here at Search and Destroy.
Yep, like we were saying, I think Envy definitely favored in the Search and Destroys here up against Rise, but Rise, they've been thinking about their Search and Destroy gameplay. You could see it and what they're bringing to the table here, but just something's missing with that wall of smokes. Maybe they just need to continue the aggression up towards front barn, but there are just so many different positions that you need to worry about that I think it just needs some more experimentation from these guys. Havoc's going to continue using the sniper. Oh, the 360.
What is this dude doing?
That's flashy.
Why is this full 360 out here?
He's confident. I like it. He's got that swagger, man.
That's what I do in wagers, not in COD World League matches. The
Slasher
HG gets one kill.
Yep.
I mean, Envy are literally in full control of everything.
I think he's going to hit the shot.
I don't think so.
Nah, that player's not going to peek it no more. It's like, I feel Havoc looking at me. I don't think I should peek this anymore.
I can sense it.
Now it's going to be Envy. Looks like JCap did get taken out. Havoc still looking over middle map with the sniper rifle. Peeks over near Junkyard. He's taking some fire. He actually gets wall banged through the wall. Classic connects there. TP now under fire. And it's all down to Slasher and a 1-on-3. Finally, things start to turn around, and they're looking good for Rise.
Now, look at Slasher. Gets one more kill here. It's camo and a dart. How do you wind up playing this one? Do you play your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just wait in the back, right? No reason to push up and overextend and give up your life trying to go for a bomb plan. It's okay. The guys on Rise, they're not really working towards anything significant.
You're up 3-1. You're up 3-0 already. So if you lose a round, you lose a round. You're back on defense, right?
And he really just wants to keep his progression towards his streaks. He wants to earn that dart, wants to earn the lightning.
Now let's really quickly just swap through the other players, see what they're close to. No, nowhere near anything, nowhere near. Okay, so Envy still have a kind of wave they can ride to victory, right? Like they can win these next couple rounds as they've got a couple things in their back pocket ready to use.
All right, and Envy, they still have a round to play with before things would get tied up. So they could still do something a bit risky.
Yep.
But here we see Slack in the round ending kill cam. He picks up one of that Envy players. Oh, he actually got some tags on the Slasher after that, but now we're moving into round number 5. I want to see, is Havoc going to stick with the sniper rifle here? It looks like he is going to switch it up. And nobody has really been bringing the sniper out as of late, aside from really Octane on a map like Hunted. I haven't seen these guys utilize snipers all too often.
Yeah, it seems like the sniper presence has died down a little bit as of late. Looney slowly inching up towards Little Room. He's got a player to his left. Havoc gets first blood again, winning that close-range gunfight. Classic has found his way out towards this backside of rails. As he gets spotted by Envy.
He might have.
Did the player in the back see him? It's going to be Slasher with eyes on that area.
No, he didn't see him. Okay, this is the angle he's holding.
I love this angle, though. He's just playing a little bit more passively. He knows if he gets one kill, he's earning himself a streak. Havoc, this is a great corner.
That is so annoying to deal with. This player could peek in. Even if he jiggle peeks, he might not even see Havoc here.
Yeah. And they're just going to continue to rotate. But look where the bomb is down at.
Yeah.
Awkward spot for Rise as the first player who charged out was Havoc. JCap, beautiful shots.
JCap put shots into 2 players right there, and they're forced to back up.
Look, he cleans up one. That's going to be Octane dying.
He's so confident. Why would you challenge JCap in this
kill.
position?
And spots the third one moving towards that A-side window. JCap gets it all done. What are they doing? You're speechless right now.
You all just body stack up. Everybody just running where JCap could shoot you. He put shots into every player. He almost got these kills a lot earlier, but he peeks out so confidently. JCap's just one of those guys where whenever he's in a power position, you let him sit there and you don't go near him.
Yeah, that was like JCap. I'm pretty sure JCap in their call just went, okay. Like, you know, like such a JCap thing to say. He's like, oh, okay, that was thanks. Envy now up 4-1. Slasher has still yet to die.
Camo push out here.
Looks like they're going to go with a... Okay, that was
So
a fail.
the EMP is to take out the trophies. Tosses out the grenade.
Does soak up a little bit of the damage on that back player. Also, JCap tags him up a little bit more. Havoc's going to be the one
Havoc's here.
to fly out a challenge. Already 2 kills this round. The guy just sprints, man.
I want him to wear like an odometer just to see how much ground he's covering in these maps and in some of the maps he plays.
Slasher will plant this bomb, I believe. Still not yet.
Does look like it's letting him plant.
Really? All right.
I mean, why would he not be planning?
I have no idea. Maybe, all right, they're just waiting things out as there's still a player with Looney on the backside of the map. Wondering if Envy can still clutch up this round, even with Slasher kind of... Oh, that might be a connection issue there with Slasher. As you can see, JCap still playing things out. Looney left in the 1v1 with TP. He gets taken down. Envy now up 5-1. Looking to go up 2-0 in this series versus Rise Nation, Revin.
Yeah, they're looking really good here in the Search and Destroy thanks to Havoc's aggression.
Yep.
I don't know how he does it. He's just always able to find a hole in that Rise setup. And he shows no fear on the map. This is a guy, you could see it in his gameplay that he's confident, right? He knows what he brings to the table. It feels like he knows just kind of how good he is. And there you go, Slasher does time out, but we will continue play on.
Yep.
Fortunately for Envy, Havoc's having a stellar game at 8-2.
And you can see...
And he's already joining back.
They already have 4 players. Oh, but he's actually going to wind up hopping on in. TP watching over. It's A side of the map. Slasher is back in, but he's got to switch over sides as Havoc's left in the 1v4.
Does have kinetic.
As one player next to him spins down on the Slack. 1v3.
Spots 2?
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
That's a rough situation, but Slasher's able to get right on back. The only thing that kind of sucks for him is he loses his streaks as well as his specialists, but if we would have ended the game, then everybody else in the game would have lost it and had gotten affected by that. But nice try from Havoc. I mean, if he hits that pre-fire through the door.
Might be a nice 2-piece there if the player's stacked. Instead, though, hasn't happened as of yet. Hopefully, Slasher has joined up on the correct team.
He could do so now.
There you go. But he will be able to spawn in as well. So things looking pretty solid. Whoa. Wait, did it?
Yeah, he knows he knows what happened. He knows he shouldn't have spawned there. Props to Slasher, actually.
That's kind of him to I mean, definitely the right decision.
Yeah.
Just jump off the map. As that was an interesting spawn right there. We'll toss out a nade. TP once again playing this one 3v4. Envy.
I think if they do a double nade there, they kill that player.
Yeah, because he doesn't have flak on. But thankfully for Envy, they do still have a round advantage. Havoc first blood again, but this time does finally get punished with the trade. JCap right below window. He makes it a 2v2. Still a winnable round for Envy.
Coming around the flank, TP, you got to watch out for this. It's going to be Looney making his way down through rails.
I don't know.
Unless they rotate over towards the A site.
And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Slack goes, checks this. They see nothing, and wow, I think Envy just got a beautiful time to get out alive. Does TP get spotted? It does appear so, and they're going to begin the rotation right towards A. Will T plant this bomb? It doesn't appear so.
Exactly. This is what I was talking about, where you plant it so you cannot be seen from like the middle of the map or
Yep.
through the windows. So Slack's right now, he's spotting. He's like, I don't see him on A. Oh, wait. He just planted. We'll get, I think both players
both
may have
saw each
spotted
other,
each
yeah.
other. It's now Slack is just going to look for information over the
Heatwave.
wall. Heatwave is so useful here at the A-bomb side, as you can see.
This is such a great spot to play. TP is just such a veteran player.
He did the
knows-
exact same thing on Infection the other day.
Yep. Typically, when you see a team try to retake this, they both will slide in and try to make something happen. JCaps is going to fall on back. TP wins the heat wave, but it doesn't matter. He's got 1 second is tagged up. This one's not going to happen. Envy about to win this one with the swift, what, 6-1 or 6? What was
6-2.
6-2 victory.
But one of the rounds that Rise won, it was a 3v4, and technically MD won that round 3v4, so
Yep.
it all works out in the end. I just want to say props again to Slasher, showing some good sportsmanship. You know, he got a bit of an iffy spawn there in the search and destroy, because what happened was he started on the other team, which is on defense, and he swapped teams, so he just kind of stayed in the same position.
Imagine if he,
You saw me, he was like, wait, I shouldn't be here.
Imagine if he actually just spawned in and went just like full A wall and just killed all the Rise players right there. The quickest 4-piece we've ever seen.
Rise is like, we were watching every single lane on the map. Where did he come from?
How did that just happen? What specialist is that? Yo, imagine that. You just place a portal in one round, next round you place the other, and then you can just press one button and spawn there.
I believe that was something like
Vaughn.
a tactical insertion.
Vaughn, I just want 10%, all right? If you pick that as a new specialist, I just want 10%.
10% of what?
10% of sales of Black Ops 3.
Not even worse like that. You wish.
Yeah. 10% of sales of Black Ops 3. I'm going, I'm straight dipping. I got a yacht to find.
Anyways, let's take a look at the after action report once it pops up. Now it's going to be a bit skewed because we missed a lot of Slasher skills having a huge game, but also got to give props to Havoc.
Crazy Envy won that with Slasher only going 0-1.
Slasher drops a donut. I don't know how he only finds one interaction throughout that whole game.
What's funny is because of how dominant the scores are of like Havoc and JCap, it could have potentially happened, right? Like 2 kills only on 3 of the players. Because
so we could actually 6, 12, plus 14, that's 28.
Yep.
Down to 18, down to 12, 9 kills Slasher had.
The reason why it was so skewed is because Slasher was 7-0.
Yeah.
When he dropped out, he had no deaths. So
I was just trying to calculate exactly how many kills he had.
Yeah, it didn't affect any of the kills. Obviously, on the other side of things, already getting set up for Breach Uplink, what could potentially be the final map of the series of the week here on the secondary.
I mean,
stream.
yes, there's a lot of momentum behind Envy.
This is
don't put it past them to win the Uplink. This is Rise's best game mode, though.
Yeah, this is where you expect Rise Nation to really show up. But we said that last time for Dream Team Elevate, and then Dream Team absolutely stomped the opposition.
To be honest, our predictions have been trashed tonight.
But not for the wrong reasons, right? It's like we give our predictions based off of what we've seen in the past.
I'm fine having our predictions wrong.
Oh, I am too. I don't mind it at all, but it's just like, God, these casters, they have no game knowledge. I can't stand them. And then it's like, well, we look. You look at all the facts. You kind of see what teams do well in.
That's your like go-to troll impression.
Well, I mean, look, does this not look like every troll you've ever seen?
I don't look like that.
You've obviously never seen yourself.
I can see myself right there. I don't look like anything at all like what you just depicted.
We have 2 massive screens right down here. One of our game screen, one of the program monitor, so we see ourselves. And at times, you know, at times I sit here and look at us too. Like, look at the happiness we share between us. That's friendship, guys.
Don't touch me.
Friendship.
At least you're more sanitary than Maven is.
That's true.
Maven gave me a high five yesterday. I think I might have caught something like malaria or something.
That's something you can catch from a high five.
Who knows what Maven's carrying around?
It's true. He honestly is one of the #1 reasons why I come into work smiling every day, because I come in and I see Maven, and all the struggles I could ever have in the world are nothing compared to what he lives with on a daily basis with his...
I was about to say, you don't want to be complimenting Maven.
No,
It's kind of productive here.
Trust me, no, that is fun. I don't think I've ever complimented Maven in my life.
All right, moving into the Ban and Protects MR6, the Baby Shiva out of play along with High Caliber, along with Flashbangs, along with Rapid Fire. Fully expect to see the Concussions follow this up. Fully expect to see Overdrive follow this up. Fully expect to see Overclock. There we go. And then maybe the Shiva. Actually, there's too many things. We're down to our last two. There's Overdrive.
Yep.
Maybe Shiva.
Haven't seen it as of yet. Yep, Shiva from Octane. No surprise there.
You know, honestly, we're really good at predicting. Actually, sometimes your predictions on the Ban and Protects are a little far out there.
You're throwing out so many personals tonight, man. I'm
But,
offended.
I mean, for the most part, we're pretty accurate.
Oh, I mean, it makes sense, right? You kind of see how the play develops. The meta, in some ways, has kind of developed, especially for certain teams and certain game modes. Very quick special.
I remember at one point, like CLG were banning the same 4 things every game.
We literally called it. There was they were 0 bans. That really quick. That was the quickest special strat I've ever seen. That was instant. Heat wave on both teams, scythe on both teams,
mirror matchup.
camo on both teams, kinetic on both teams. You hear it's a mirror matchup, and I believe the game on primary right now between TK and TSM just went to a round 11. If we could possibly get word from backstage to see where that series is right now in at the end of game 2.
By the looks at Maven, TK probably lost around 11.
Yeah, apparently someone was so tagged up, as Maven just said. Maven does this thing, right, where prior to every map, it starts up. The game is about to be underway. As his co-caster's talking, he goes. His chapstick is sitting on the desk right next to him.
Yeah.
Pops it up, pops it up.
Chapstick is just
boom.
lipstick for men.
Game 3! He starts yelling, right? And then whenever a big play happens, he rubs his eyebrows. He goes like, no! That's Maven.
He's just rubbing the sweat.
He just starts rubbing his eyebrows. It's 1-1.
It's 1-1, okay.
Apparently
So that was the second map.
Yep.
Probably went deep in the rounds.
Yeah, no, it went to round 11. That's what they just said. So we are momentarily getting into EnVyUs Nation. You think that Rise have a good chance of forcing the game 4?
However, who knows? There's a lot of momentum behind Envy. Havoc's having a lot of success with where he's pushing on the map.
Havoc's having a monster series.
Yeah, that is true.
Went
As well
off
as
in game 1,
JCap.
went off in game 2. JCap shot right now is crispy. That round was just weird. When
they all just stacked up middle street, and it's like JCap was like, Papa, Papa, reloads, Papa.
Papa. They're all papas, dude. They're
just trying to help you out, man. I know you love the papas.
Dude, that's what everyone who subs my stream, welcome to Courageous. You're officially a papa.
You're officially a dad. You now have a son.
Yes, that's congratulations. Like everyone in my chat's like, congrats, it's a boy. Like, I have some weird stuff that goes on in my life. But Rise Nation, there's a look at the team that's down 0-2 right now in this best of 5. You think Rise Nation's best game mode is Uplink?
Yeah.
And then here's their chance to mount the comeback.
This has been a weird day for Uplink, though. Elevate lost Uplink.
It has. It has.
To Dream Team by 10 points. But the map is loading. Breach Uplink between Team EnVyUs and Rise Nation about to begin. Envy with a chance to 3-0 a tough opponent here. And I think Envy, they're one of the teams with the most 3-0s in the entire league.
Yeah, it's something we saw early on. I mean, they had a better map count. I think they had the best map count at some point earlier.
For a while. I think Optic's probably overtaken them.
Yeah,
by this point,
I think that's more than safe to assume. I can't remember the last time I haven't heard Optic win by a scoreline of 3-0. They 3-0'd both matches this week, right?
I know they 3-0'd H2K, and yeah, they 3-0'd yesterday, I believe. Yeah, their 3-0 yesterday was quick, now that I remember it. I think they faced DT, and I think it was around something like a 15-minute 3-0.
Doesn't get much quicker than that. Off the start of things, Perk 1 Greed out of Havoc. He's going to be the one playing this flank, and oh my god. If he gets here quick, this could be a score from Envy in under like 25 seconds.
All right, that's 3 down.
There's already 3 dead middle map. The last player alive is actually
He's already
on
pushing
the
out
flank.
the lane. I love this decision from Havoc.
Havoc's pushed up the flank. This is a score in 25 seconds.
Not only is it a score, it's a dunk.
And they're going to wait. They're going to wait
Such
things out.
a smart play.
I love watching NBA. I love it, man. They're such a smart team. It's just sometimes you just go, really, guys? Like, they just make the weirdest fails. One player still to find in this middle hut area.
Oh!
JCat finds one. Slack gets tagged up. They should have the trade kill momentarily. That's the, what? Slack, the only player with a kill so far in the first minute of gameplay here in Game 3. Envy looking to continue to coast in this series.
You could definitely get a 1-point toss off here. I think that's exactly what he has in mind.
Picked
the
off.
interception from Klutz. But wait! Oh, I thought he was going to be able to
actually going to keep it in his
there.
hands.
Yeah.
And just like that, Rise could completely swing this as a counter cap.
Yeah, just running it forward. Here comes Steepy from behind. He gets cleaned up. This is
a
certainly a scoring opportunity
wow,
for Rise.
what just happened?
We'll see if he goes for the dunk. I think he's got the lead blocker, and it's kind of like a similar scenario, but Rise, they do not wait. They immediately get that dunk in, so Envy with the chance to maybe pass it forward here to JCap, who's already has this lane pushed out. TP gets control, and that's exactly what's going to happen, but somebody from Rise backs up,
Get the beat down, no.
JCap cannot get the beat down, but TP lurking around middle map as Octane will regain control of the drone.
Now, still alive, tosses that drone forward. He's going to wait and just be the lead blocker for his submachine gun player. Octane, beautiful one burst onto Slasher. Now spots a second player challenging. Slack's there to clean up the kill.
Oh, boy.
This is looking like another dunk.
Teep's
now
still middle
from
map,
Rise
too.
Nation. TP spots him, but he recognizes
can't do anything,
there's no reason to go for it. They're going to go for the auto dunk again. Envy, who had a flawless first 40 seconds of gameplay, has now just been shut down in the last minute and a half.
It's really been a lot of counter opportunities from Rise. You know, Envy decided to push up. You saw Havoc unable to get that one-point toss-off, and that really could have changed how this game went. Had he been able to, well, he was able to get off it, it just got intercepted, but a lot of counter opportunities for Rise, and they're continuing to put on the pressure. The drone now in control with Looney. He's got his teammates around to protect him. Havoc, a big two-piece for him in the middle of the map. Now he has control of the drone. He's getting shot from the side, now relying for his teammate for some help as he gets shut down from behind. Team Envy, they're really starting to slow down. Slasher 0-6. 0-7. Welcome to the agency here in Uplink.
He really has joined, huh? New entrant, well, a very skilled player, has officially joined the agency, and with a player starting 0-7, even if you're not the best player in this game, you got to go, okay, hey, it happens to everybody, right? Obviously, if he's 0-7 and Envy are still within one possession, they've got to be pretty decent, I think, right?
0-8?
As a team, 0-8 now. I mean, at some point you expect
Looks like
them
the
to
drone
get a
is
kill, right?
stuck for TP here.
Yeah, so this should be a full 15-second reset, which I don't think it benefits or hurts any team. It just kind of lets them regain control
I
of the
think
map.
it helps Envy a little bit here. Just lets them
Look where
settle
Havoc's found
down.
himself,
And
but Havoc's actually gonna get shot in the back. And now here's a scoring opportunity for
0-9.
Rise Nation. They get 3 dead. Slasher now 0-9. Gunfight won there by Slack. Heatwave use is beautiful from TP though, but Octane still trades it on out. And this should be a score again, 6-2 with another dunk.
Wow.
11-3 start from Octane.
He's got streaks as well.
Slasher got a kill though, so 1-10.
Okay, moving on up in the world.
He's got a .1 KD.
Definitely a rough start from Slasher. Look for him to pick it up. Now, this game is not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination for this NBA.
Oh my God!
The worst timing ever for Octane. And now Slasher with an opportunity to turn things around. He's going to earn himself camo and continue to push up on this lane. You got, I believe that was TP being a nuisance over on the construction side as Havoc pushes out this lane. Yep.
But there's no AR presence. They're all subs. So.
It's all up to Havoc here, and he needs to get these kills.
Oh God, there's no way this is going to happen to Slasher.
Camo?
Has his camo ready.
Okay.
He goes for the long one. The Hellstorm doesn't
What?
even kill him, but hey,
Black.
he misses the toss.
Yeah, you can't miss a toss like that. You need a point any way you could get one. Fortunately for Envy and JCap here, they will kill the drone carrier, and the drone does get reset.
Classic just shredding with this XR2 at the moment. Octane 14-5 now as he'll rotate this drone.
Early
Slasher
camo.
picks it up, pops the camo early on, trying to
gotta
dodge the
jump.
player, and Looney gets the kill onto him. A wasted camo from EnVyUs.
Whenever you camo with the drone in your hand, you need to jump because it changes the eye level of the shooting player, right? And they won't be able to track you after that because they won't be getting the auto aim through camo. But Looney is just going to go ahead and reset his armor. This is still time left for Rise to get more points on the board. Currently, they're up by 2 possessions. Looney making his way along the outer wall run as he's getting closer and closer towards that Envy goal.
Oh my
So
God.
far, so good. And just like that he
was
gets a
sick.
1-point toss in. Good recovery from Rise as they surge to a 5-point lead going into the half.
I think there's 2 things to take away from this one, right? Rise are back. They at least showed some life there. Definitely looking to force this game 4. Also, Envy with no presence from Slasher really at all inside 1 definitely hurt them in the overall score of the game.
Yeah, you talk about being able to put up some early game pressure. They were essentially playing 3v4.
Yep.
I mean, Slasher taking a long time to really find his footing in this game. But Envy, if they win the break here, similar to what they did on the last side, you got kinetic armor and Havoc, so he could certainly put on a lot of pressure with that, but they could find some early points, so it's exactly what they need.
Now the push from Havoc again. Both sides, he goes for this construction push. I wonder when teams will begin to pick up on this play on this map from Havoc. He sees one player top middle, gets the clean up there.
Needs to kill everyone here.
Still has 2 players near him, and that awkward mantle will give Octane the opportunity to clear out middle map, and he's near triple positive. A great scoring opportunity now for Rise Nation as they've got control of top greenhouse.
And here we go. Looney, he just runs right past this player. goes along the sign, and easy 1-point toss from Rise, continuing to put points on the board. I mean, one thing Rise are just doing a lot better than Envy is they're protecting their drone carrier, they're pushing out the lanes on the map, and you know, they're just winning their gunfights. That's really the biggest thing right now is Rise, they're winning more gunfights than Envy are.
Yep, and now Envy will grab the objective themselves. Havoc has kinetic armor. They just need one kill from this Scythe, and I think this should be able to be a dunk. He does get one. Yep, kinetic
But he
armor
used his
pop.
kinetic there.
Hey, but it's a score. They're back within 2 possessions. No presence in middle map, and that's the bigger worry for me right now.
I would love for someone to figure out, you know, I'm sure it differs from game to game, but if an uplink dunk is worth 2 specialists there, like a kinetic armor and a Scythe, 2 of the longer ones that take to earn.
Yeah, that's very true because they just didn't have much pressure at all, and then a scoring opportunity like this, Heatwave being used classic, can't get the drone off the map. TP will toss that one down, tries to turn and burn onto Octane, not going to happen there. Octane, beautiful movement, has gotten himself to top green, and Slasher has no idea he's here. The struggles for Slasher continue now, 7 and 16, a very uncharacteristic uplink game from him.
Yeah, for sure. As Classic, he's switching out to the XR2. The drone does get reset from time, but Rise already have a player there in Octane, and you know, Octane, he's not afraid to pick up the objectives. He will pass it off to his team because Classic has camo. That's exactly why. This should be a dunk from Rise once again as they go back up by 6 points and 3 go down for Envy.
I think this is going to wind up being a game win for Rise Nation, man. I mean, Envy just haven't seemed to have found their bearings so far from that first dunk. They're still pushed up on the map. Looney pops Heatwave. Here comes a score. Nope. Not going to come on in. Either way, though.
At least they stopped the bleeding.
Yeah, and now Envy will wrap this drone towards bottom palace. At this point, this is looking pretty grim for the boys in blue.
You got Looney. He's going to counter push this lane out. Spots a couple of Envy players. Easy kill there on the TP. As he gets straight out, it's going to be JCap with control of the drone. He's going to try to hit this outer wall run, but he just falls right off the map, and Octane is here with the neutral drone. He picks it up as his Scythe expires. Well, his teammates already set up at Palace. They're pushing out the lane, so he's going to go ahead and move it forward. And wow, Octane 25 and 9 as he's looking to call in the lightning strike. TP with a clutch 2-piece, but Slack to push it forward, gets a 1-point toss off, and it goes in. Even when all 4 go down for Rise, they find a way to score.
11-4 Rise. Looking pretty darn good. They're going to continue to push this drone towards bottom palace side. Slacked just decides to run past that objective to play more of a flank type role.
He's baiting it.
He really is. As yes, they've lost some engagements in middle maps. Somehow Looney gets one. JCap trades it out. Slacked with that drone. Doesn't need a pop kinetic armor. He's going to toss it forward. Oh my God, that almost bounced in.
Yeah, that was close. Fortunately, Slash was there to pick it off. As now Envy, they're going to be moving this one forward. Now, there still is time if they get their ideal setup going to get enough points to come back into this game, but they need a move now. The lightning strike is going to slow things down, even though it doesn't pick up kills. That's wasted a good 7 to 10 seconds off the clock. Camo gets popped early here from Slasher again, and he's just using it to get a 1-point toss. Now,
that was nice.
I'm not sure if Camo's worth 1 point, though.
He's not going to get anything else right there, right? I mean, they just need a score now. They bring it at least back within 3 possessions. 3 dunks are definitely possible. Not sure if that heat wave from TP was absolutely necessary, as the player was already with his back to him. Looney and Octane pushed on up. This should be a pretty easy score. Nope. No, he does. He does get the 1-point toss off. Wow. Nicely done by Octane.
And Classic finds one with the HCXD. Currently 7 points separating both these teams, and with 40 seconds remaining, I think that's it. Slasher trying to move forward. He can't get the toss off as he gets cut down just short. And like we both predicted, finally we get something right. Something's right in the world. Rise, we're going to walk away with a map 3 win.
We're not complete idiots, Revan. We have a little bit of knowledge. It's Rise, you know, outside of the first 40 seconds, the rest of the game was commanded by him, right? I think that's more than safe to say. They look solid, led by the man of the hour, Octane, 30 and 13. What a performance. Helps propel them to a victory. Slasher started off 0 and 9, finishes what? 14 and 24.
Yeah, definitely a rough game for Slasher, but now we're moving into capture the flag on Stronghold. Quite frankly, I think both teams are pretty even when it comes to CTF.
Yep.
But I'm looking at Slasher now to have a big game. Obviously a disappointing one here in the uplink. We'll see if he could pick it up moving into map 4.
No big surprise there for me. It was really all heavily expected. Some interesting AR play from Classic there, bringing out that XR2. Definitely made it work on the map. That auto burst feature is definitely a personal preference. and is used more and more often on a map like Breach. Round lead still in favor of the boys of Envy. They're up 2-1 in maps, looking to close it out here on Stronghold, going back to a game mode that I think Havoc can definitely kind of win the map for them. Yet again, Havoc that game, 17-25, 1 carry, didn't really get to do too much on the map there.
Honestly, if I'm on Rise going into this next map, you know Havoc likes to play pretty fast. Ban out Afterburner.
Yeah.
Limit his effectiveness around the map, and it could really slow down the pace, but also slow down Havoc, which is what you want to do to this EnVyUs lineup.
Now, you mentioned how, likes to play a little bit more sneaky. Do you see them maybe target Blast Suppressor?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's certainly an option. I think maybe a team like Complexity wanted to do that a bit more often than some of the other teams as we take a look at the scoreboard. Really, Octane, the standout player. Plus 18. Pretty darn good.
Since you've come back to casting, what are your thoughts on him as a player? Has he...
It's phenomenal, man.
Obviously, in AW stage Season 2 is when he really picked up.
Just looking at his overall shot, he would have been one of the scariest players to play against in a game like Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
It would have been absolutely ridiculous the things he could have done with the ACR in his hands.
That's what Looney even said. He said he thinks that Octane, if he's able to keep his composure a little bit better, right? There's times where Octane will just completely count himself out in a game if he's struggling just a little bit. Looney said, if he can kind of keep that area of himself in check, he thinks that Octane will go down in COD history as one of the best AR players.
He's making a good case for himself right here.
Yeah. Obviously now 2 LAN championship wins so far in Black Ops 3 at Totino's and then UMG South Carolina. Obviously some people have been pretty vocal about, Rise, they were flukes. They didn't have to play some of the best teams. They beat the teams they had to.
Yeah.
And
so when it comes to land, so far Rise, they got 2 of the major wins.
You just know that angers me.
Does it anger you?
Did you guys see his eyes? They went like this. That's what you looked like when you did that.
I like trolling.
I
Listen, man, I can't wait for Stage 1 playoffs to come around because it has been a little bit of time since we've seen some of these top teams on land, and I just can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the table.
Dude, you're making it's so weird, dude. Dude, it's just a prank, bro.
I just do it to see your reaction. Honestly,
yeah, you know what? You're like a bully. I'm just going to stop reacting to anything.
How am I bullying you? Are you getting triggered right now from me saying land?
I really am.
Local area network device.
I'm triggered. That's what I'm doing right now. Stage 1, with everybody out here, right? And obviously relegation day 1, and then the top 8 teams in North America playing for $250,000. So much to look forward to there. Just a few short weeks off.
Pretty big prize pool.
Oh yeah, to say the least.
MR6 has been getting banned out consistently here from Team EnVyUs in each and every game. See what Octane decides to go for. I think Overdrive for sure we'll see get banned out, maybe Overclock. I would love to see them ban Afterburner. I think that's a really good thing to go after. Instead, they do one of the most standard things you can, and they take out High Caliber. And there goes the Shiva from Looney.
Shiva again, targeted ban from Rise. The last couple times it was Octane doing it. What's their thought process there? They just don't even want to deal with that.
Yeah, this is a good map for the Shiva, especially you look at somebody like JCap or Slasher. If they're playing base defense with the Shiva, it's going to be pretty tough to get them out of that position. JCap follows up with Overclock. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised to see smoke grenades go. There go the flashbangs, so the tactical starting to be targeted. Concussions probably to follow up. There's the overdrive from Havoc, and we're down to our final 2.
Classic again.
I think Rapid and Concussion
do we see an Afterburner ban? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Concussion is 1. TP with Rapid Fire. Yep. So Afterburner does make it through. Havoc, expect him to just be sprinting all over the map. And he doesn't even have to worry about having Overclock on, so all the more reason to use it.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Perk 1 Gree with Black Jacket as well. I mean, the Lethals do make it through. Won't put it past some of the players on Rise to use, Semtexes or Lethals like that. As we're moving into the Specialist Draft, Camo and Sight so far picked up for EnVyUs. Sight, Heatwave, Kinetic. I think Havoc, he's always going to go for Kinetic. He reminds me of a player like Scumpy, right? He's just like, yeah, I'm going to go for Kinetic because I know I'm going to be able to make big plays with it.
Yeah, it's just, let me have that, please. You guys play around me with that Specialist. It's what Object Gaming does with Scump's Kinetic. It's what obviously Havoc does on this EnVyUs lineup. What could be potentially the final map of the week now. We said it last one, we say it again. Keys to victory for Rise Nation here, Revan. You already mentioned slowing down Havoc. What else, though, can Rise do to win this game?
Just track Havoc. I think Havoc is going to wreak havoc here, or at least he's going to have a chance to with, maybe trying to exploit a certain lane or sneak behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
I think just make sure you keep tabs on Havoc, know where he is at all times on the map. Make sure you know when he's going to be spawning up, where he's alive, and how far he could be pushed up. He's going to be an important player to keep track of here.
All right, well, Rise Nation versus EnVyUs, two of the top 4 teams vying for the best seed they can get at Stage 1 Finals, something we just mentioned just a few short weeks away. Once this match is over, and obviously the TK versus TSM match, there will be 4 games left for each of these teams to play.
Feels like we just started.
It really does feel like just yesterday we began this stage, and already we're about to finish up the first stage. And now and what's great is, Stage 1 Finals happens, yay, fun, winner. 2 weeks later, Stage 2 begins.
And that leads into COD Champs.
And then that leads us all the way towards that COD Champs side of the year. A lot of Call of Duty to look forward to, folks. We're just getting started here in Black Ops 3. And all the support we've seen so far, I think this has been a wild success in all fronts, right? And it's been fun to see how much it's grown. Heading into things, though, there's a look at your map. Stronghold. Here we go. It's a mirror matchup yet again. The Scythe, the only lethal specialist between these teams.
The Scythe is just so good, man. Remember at the beginning of the game when it had, 200 bullets?
Oh, God, it just never
ran out.
Never ran out.
So, yeah, we were right. Havoc doubling up on that perk 1. Flak Jacket along with Afterburner, as he doesn't want to slow down at all. Going right through bottom mansion. He's going to be met with some opposition, and there we go. Rise, they win the initial engagements. It's going to be 3 down off the bat for EnVy, but because Classic is pushing through bunker, EnVy, they're going to get some weird spawns. Actually, he's able to exit in enough time, but he might get shot here on the cross as Looney has the cut. Classic, he's going to be running away with this. He's going to have some players behind him. Is there anybody next to him? Yes, there is. It's going to be Looney trying to cut off the rest of Mansion, but Classic has wall ran for most of this flag run. It's looking pretty good for Rise. Can he just make it a little bit further and get the first flag?
You gotta be kidding me.
He can.
Rise cap it in 45 seconds. I feel like that's what Rise always do in CTF, man. They somehow get it done. A flawless start there. Rise are looking to force the game 5 after EnVy went up 2-0.
Yeah, that was one of the quickest flag caps you will see on a map like Stronghold. And Classic, I was a little worried for him because he was pushing through bunker. He was messing with the spawns for EnVy, but he's able to get away from that position in just in the nick of time. Allows EnVy to spawn up there, and that's exactly not where they want to be spawning up. But now it's going to be EnVy putting on some aggression over towards the Rise base. Good angle from Slashers. He's able to take out Classic, but he's getting flanked from Looney. Immediately turning around, almost falls off the map, spots him near the bottom tower, and now it's all up to Havoc, and he's just going to rotate back and play his flag.
Yep, it's a tough spot when Havoc is having to be the one to fall back and protect the base. Typically, you want him to be the one forcing the action, pushing up on the map, getting that sneaky map control. I believe Slacked is directly on top of one player who's sitting bottom couches. Yeah, he's going to spot Havoc here. Havoc does win that engagement. Every engagement at CTF, you can just feel how much more weight it pulls than the likes of an Uplink or a Hardpoint has.
Just about every engagement has some sort of significance to it.
Yep. Octane will use that ICR, gets the kill onto TP. Waiting for a second player top satellite. Can't clean that one up as the M8 just beats it out from that far range.
Oh.
The XR2 one burst right now. Feeling it from Classic.
Yeah, that is just dirty. Here comes JCap now trying to find an angle here with the M8. We'll spot one player from the ledge boost.
That ledge boost.
Some sloppy shots from JCap as Slacked cleans him up. TP falls. Slasher's there to trade a kill. But nobody watching the bunker overextension, and Looney with his heat wave about to make the play happen over near the enemy flag. He finds one off respawn, takes out JCap, but fortunately for EnVy, there is someone there to clean him up.
Slack continues to play base defense. They know Slasher's got to be around here somewhere. Slasher does drop down into bottom satellite. He has been spotted. Yep. Oh my God, the one burst on the Slacked. Waiting for a second player here. Can't get the one burst this time around with the M8. JCap now inches up. TP finds one kill, and here's a scoring opportunity for EnVy, but what a spawn right there.
This is exactly why Stronghold plays pretty slowly.
Yeah.
These guys spawning almost directly on their flag. JCap now getting flanked out, but he goes up high. He takes down Slack. This is a good opportunity for EnVy to get a touch on the flag. Yes, and he also has Combo who's coming around the back, takes out JCap, and just like that, the push gets shut down.
That's the benefit of Rise getting that first flag cap. They can afford, obviously, to just continue to play base defense there, right? They ensure it's clear. They do just that. Now look at how they're fanning out. They're clearing every single lane. Classic in charge of bunker. You've got one player watching middle map, you've got one sitting at satellite, and one watching that outer wall run flank. Beautiful stuff from Rise Nation to cover their base.
No, players are starting to earn some of their specialist abilities. Slasher taking some fire. Almost kinetic armor from Havoc. Well, looks like everybody aside from Octane has their specialist to work with, as Classic is pushing forward. He's at the EnVyUs flag, and while there are no defenders here, Havoc spawns up in Mansion. He needs to rotate back from that spawn. You got to know when you're spawning a mansion like that there's going to be somebody at your base. Nobody deciding to rotate back.
And now if Envy get killed here, this is a flag pull from Classic.
Yeah. Or if his teammates pick up a kill. There's Slasher. He takes out Looney. This puts a timer on the Envy push right here. This is going to force their hand. They have to make something happen. TP gets shot in the back. 2 more players alive for Rise. They know it's at least one defender, Looney.
Do you run it straight at him? JCap dies up close. Heat Wave gets used by Looney. Another flag cap for Rise Nation. Camo's popped anyway.
Just to be safe.
2-0. Revan, we're going to go to another game 5.
This is going to be crazy. It's certainly shaping up to be. You can't count Envy out just yet. But one thing they have not been watching is their overextension. Time and time again, this is the second time. Slack, he should be at the Envy base right now, ready to pull a flag.
Instead, he's going to rotate back. Gets 1. Knows there's a second player here. Gets 2 as well. Oh my God, Rise's defense has just been so solid this game.
Yeah, aside from really that like one push where it was a 2-on-2 near the Rise base, that's the only time Envy really had some sort of control to work with. As Havoc, he's having a rough game at 4-9, only 1 player positive for Envy, and yeah, it's shaping up to be another game 5 here.
I cannot believe these series we've seen so far this week on the secondary stream. 2 weeks in a row where these wind up being the ones to watch, right? It's like, yes, obviously you got so much action on the primary stream, but these have been the ones that have just been so intense down to the wire. I can't believe right now that Envy are backs against the wall, potentially going to a game 5 against Rise.
The one thing Envy, I'm a little bit working in their favor, is you're not going up against any major score streaks.
No, that is key. Obviously, though, I mean, Classic is 2 kills off the Lightning. Definitely on his way there.
Yeah. As a first blood comes in on the second side from TP. HCXD does get shut down.
2 HGs used, which actually gives Envy
that kind
a
of
chance
forfeits all map control, right?
Now you need some big kills in their base. Of course, you're going to do just that with Octane and Classic, both with ARs. JCap does elect to bring out the Scythe. He will slowly pinch on up.
Slasher making some big kills, and here you go. He's going to lock him down that bunker.
He did. He's trying to put some shots in. Just going to wait. He's going to hold this angle. He's going to hold this angle. Hold this angle. Nice, JCap. Oh my God, he doesn't actually get the kill. This will be a flag cap, though, from Havoc. But hey, Envy, now you're just 1 flag away. Down
that was Slasher making that cap happen, too, by the way.
Yeah.
He had some crucial kills.
Oh, yeah. A nice use of the Scythe, too, to make it happen. Havoc, only 4 kills so far this entire game. Averaging, what, like 0.6 kills a minute?
How many kills do you think equals a flag cap? Like, if you were to put, like, some sort of ratio on it. I'd say 10.
Okay. I don't know what that meant, but I'm going to say yeah. I didn't get that.
All right, like, let's say we were to put a ratio, like, kind of converting objective stats to kills.
Okay.
If you were to put a ratio on it.
Oh, so you mean that right now, because of that cap, he's technically 15 and 10?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Think that's a fair amount?
I'd probably say like 7, 8.
7 to 8?
Yeah.
I think that's a fair number.
Because I mean, if you have a guy that's almost double negative, right? But he's got 2 caps that game because of good flag pulls, and he's like,
let's look at a player like Classic who's 7 and 7, but he has 2 flags. Like, obviously, because he's running the flag, he's not going to have too many interactions. So how do you equate the two, or at least make a relationship between them?
That's why I think like 7's a little bit more even, right? Like 21 and 7. That doesn't sound too ridiculous, you know? That would be like if he's just playing middle map with an AR posted up. Basically, when he gets done, Rise electing to play almost near full base defense. Wow, TP with some very, very sloppy shots on the player white card. JCap does get the entry kill towards middle fire pit.
I think you need Slasher to push up and make a play with Camo.
They've got 2 kills in their favor right now. Octane trades back 1 with the Man of War. They both push up, and Havoc might actually get the sickest flank right now. He knows there's another player up here. 2 dead again. Havoc
there's one more top
out.
mansion.
Oh, there's one to his right, though, and he doesn't see him. Oh, Havoc turns on Looney! Square. Oh, but the player spawns up. No, the player spawns on his flag peg.
Oh, that's rough. But here's JCap. Can he trade the kill? Yes, he can. But Rise, we were talking about the spawns. Obviously, favor them. They could rally troops a bit quicker. What was almost a sick play from the EnVyUs lineup. because of the spawns for Rise, they're able to just rotate back and make the defensive kills happen.
Engagement goes down low. Havoc somehow loses that one to Slack. JCap's trying to chase a player. Slack gets another two-piece.
TP just needs to wait. He just needs to wait and play time here.
Octane is watching this flank, I think, as well. Nope, it's going to be Classic, actually, with the X. No, he switched to an M8.
Yeah, TP was trying to play time.
Oh, my
He
God.
waited a good amount, to be honest, but Classic knew that they were missing a player, and that'll be TP right there. Some big kills.
Dead.
Okay, 2 coming in from Slasher. You need to kill at least 1 more. Smoke's coming out now on the EnVyUs flag. As
Oh, my
JCap.
God, Looney.
Looney with the heat wave takes out JCap, turns around, he finds, he runs out of ammo. But there's somebody here to follow it up. It's going to be Classic, making kills happen. You're the EnVyUs flag, just drawing them back out of position.
He's going to pop camo.
Get yet another touch. Has camo to use. Havoc is nearly right behind him. He does get cleaned up. Havoc has kinetic. The return does come in, and it looks like Envy still trying to stabilize. Slasher, you got to make this kill happen, buddy. Yes, he does. He takes out Octane. But he's so worried on the other side of the map. You got TP pushing forward for Envy. And this could be a flag touch. This could be a good opportunity for Envy to go down. They know there's one more Rise player at the
Where's
flag.
he running?
Team, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, team. Somebody needs to get the cut off. Slasher, he's looking for the kill. Pop your camo. Pop.
Kinetic armor
coming in from Slack. That's going to allow him to move forward. But he's getting closed in by these Envy players up the middle of the map. He will get closed out.
Octane gets the cut off.
Gets the cut. TP now pushing forward.
It's all
he gets
over.
cleaned up.
Game 5.
Yeah, that's
Game
going to do it.
5. They get the cuts they need. Beautiful kinetic armor. Slasher does not use camo. They're going to rally another flag as well to try to add insult to injury, but that's going to do it, folks. Rise win games 3 and 4 to force the Game 5 Redwood S&D. What a 2 days here on the secondary
No,
stream.
we almost forgot to mention Slack just goes massive. 22 and 12 right now. Finishes 22 and 13 as he dies at the end there, but he had one heck of a CTF there, as it was so close for Envy, man. It looks like things were starting to align, but they just don't make the kills happen at their base.
Wow.
Slasher, I don't think he even got a chance to use his camo.
4 Game 5s on the secondary stream this week. If people miss these, they miss the best matches.
You got to use your camo, I think.
Yeah. I mean, and here's that tough thing, right, is even if he does use camo there, the player's got kinetic, which you're not expecting him to really win, really no matter what, unless he's
You
got
still
like
have the
Q8.
element of surprise, though.
But yes, you do have the element of surprise there. It does not work out for EnVyUs as they wind up losing that map.
Now it's another Game 5 for Envy.
Game 5, Redwood S&D.
Who gets the 1v4?
Oh, God, who is it? Well, if it matches a team, then it's got to be Octane, right?
Okay.
It's got to be Octane winning the 1v4 in round 10. I can't believe, I'm genuinely like, how? Yesterday, I said both matches were going to be 3-0s. They both went Game 5. Today, I say there's a good chance both these potentially can go Game 5, and they both go Game 5.
Absolutely insane day here on the secondary stream. Long days for only really 2 matches.
Yeah.
They go the distance. You saw.
Imagine if we were the primary stream, where if this was only our second match of the day and we still had 2 more, I would need like an adrenaline shot.
An IV fluid.
Yeah, I would literally need to be like, I need a doctor on site because there's a good chance I pass out on camera.
I mean, we always have a doctor on site just for Maven.
This is true.
So that'd be okay.
How you doing? Good, good, good.
He's over there.
Oh, no, I was waving to the doctor. He didn't follow through with it, man.
That's a bad troll.
How is that a bad troll? You said
A
there's
bad
always
troll.
a doctor on site. How you doing? Good to see ya. If I was waving to Maven, I would not I would do a different hand gesture to Maven.
Sheesh.
Before, as he's walking over, like, we never like to interrupt them on their stream.
He always interrupts us.
You watch. Maven comes over, he goes, yes. That's what he does off
What the heck
camera.
was that?
That's what he does off camera. He does like this whole like, you know, that's what Maven does to you. He stares at you and he like licks his lips. Or is that just me?
I think that's just you.
God, you're such a troll, man.
Jack, Maven was creeping me out yesterday. You're starting to creep me out
Yeah,
here.
is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, I like how you tried to spin that one over. I see where your intentions lie. All right, well, players are in the lobby getting on the correct teams. Envy, I believe, will be CDP.
Yeah.
So Envy will start off on defense first. They've got to make it work. I mean, now I asked this last series. I'll ask it again. Who do you think between these 2 teams does a more aggressive style on defense like OG did, where they just flood 4 through middle map?
I could definitely see Rise doing that.
Okay.
I could also see Envy. I think both these teams kind of have that in their arsenal.
Yeah.
I think Rise, I have a feeling they might be, I don't know, because in the same right, I see kind of like maybe Octane and Classic kind of being the ones to thrust up and lay down the cover fire with the assault rifle. Could see JCap and Slash doing the exact same thing while Havoc and TP push forward.
All right, well, this one should be started up here momentarily. Game 1, Envy. They clutch up in the final hill to win that one by about 40 seconds. It was close. When it started, they were up by like 5. They wound up winning the game by like 41 seconds because they just held it perfectly. Game 2, Search and Destroy. Envy made Rise look like people who didn't know how to play S&D. They really did. They picked them apart. Even with Slasher dropping from the game, they came back and still won, I believe, 6-2 or something along those lines. Game 3, though, is when Rise, they kind of found their ground, right? They found their bearings. They were able to kind of bring things back in their favor. They started off slow, but then it really heated up after the first minute of gameplay. Rise clutched up there. Then you go into the CTF. Big plays from the duo of Slack and Classic to not only get big kills from Slack, but 2 great flag runs from Classic to win that game 2-1, or 3-1 really for Rise Nation after they capped that final flag.
I feel like Uplink's always a swing game for this Rise team.
It's like the one that makes them actually play.
It's the one that, if they're down early in the series, they could kind of regain.
Yeah.
Because they know they always have a strong uplink game to fall back on. So it's rare that you see Rise kind of get 3-0 unless they're playing against Optic. And it's a game mode where, if they're ahead in the series, they can get further ahead. So now we're moving into the ban and protects. Let's see what these guys have in store for us. It's going to be the MR6 banned out from TP. That's been one consistent thing that we've been seeing throughout this entire series has been Envy attacking that MR6. And, I think the player they're really trying to target with that one is probably Octane. I think Octane's been using the MR6 a bit more lately. Slack goes after the thermal sight. So I think that's going to be in response to Havoc sniping, but also taking out the thermal sight. You saw the wall of smoke play that Rise decided to use in that previous Search and Destroy map on Fringe. Now, without thermal sights, one, no reason to run cold-blooded, but there's also no counter to his smoke grenades. I wonder if Envy's going to be maybe catching on to that. They might decide to ban it out if they're thinking the same thing I am. But Overkill gets banned out, High Caliber as well. There goes the flashbangs. Maybe concussions to follow up here. Fully expect to see rapid fire. Yeah, there it is. Havoc goes after that. So now we're moving into the final 2. The Shiva's still in play. The concussion's still in play. Maybe those are going to be the final 2 things that get banned out, as it's down to Octane as well as JCap to decide what to do here.
Waiting on these final 2 picks. Again,
Concussions.
a tactical and overclock.
Shiva.
Ooh. Well, it's Rise who normally ban out the Shiva.
Overdrive.
Overdrive. Okay, so overclock is in,
As
which
well
is
as
this
the
is something
Shiva.
that we've seen on a map like Redwood before, where
I don't know, man. I feel like Redwood is one of those maps where you want to run Flak Jacket.
okay, you feel that it's needed, especially
Yeah.
probably near that B site where nades are so kind of prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
Kinetic
Exactly what
armor
I'm thinking.
from Slack.
Havoc's going to pick Kinetic. I'm surprised it's not like an instant lock from him.
I mean, this is good. This is going to be a mirror matchup, right? All the good specialists make it through. Kinetic
Actually, we
armor.
might see Vision Pulse and Psychosis. That was the difference in the last Search and Destroy. We'll see what JCap decides to do here. But Octane goes back on that Vision Pulse, and it's going to be Psychosis from JCap. See,
Actually surprised there.
my predictions, man.
All right, maybe I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I just, I just had faith in Cap to go with the Vision Pulse. I thought he's the veteran player he is who loves to have that little bit of extra information, right? Instead, though, he'll go with Psychosis.
I just don't think a Vision Pulse really fits his playstyle.
What's his playstyle?
He's more like a reserved positional AR player. You could use the Psychosis to push forward, kind of walk behind them, use them as cover, and just gain some information from that. Whereas Vision Pulse, I feel like that's a specialist where you need to be a bit more mobile, right? You need to put yourself in a position to make it effective.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there.
I mean, listen, I could reason anything out. Like, I could reason out, if you would have picked the Annihilator, I'd be like, oh, that could be a pretty okay pick.
Basically, you're saying you're lying at all times.
I'm not lying. I definitely see the logic behind a lot of their picks here. How's that a lie? I'm just trying to explain the reasoning why they would go after some of these specialists as opposed to some of the others.
Nope. Yeah, you're saying you could see. So you actually think, oh, yeah, I could see why he'd use Annihilator. No, you'd never say that, man.
Why? I Slack used the Annihilator at Totino's and took over an entire round.
Yeah, that was like 2.5 months ago.
It was, but like I've been saying for a couple months now, I still think there's room to experiment with using something like a Tempest or an Annihilator in a game mode like Search and Destroy. What is that?
That's gone. That's me saying that. That's gone. I was waiting for you to finish talking. I was like, that's gone. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, so the hand gestures had to continue. They are finishing their creative class. This is it. This is it for the week. I know action's still going on in the primary stream. Wondering if they're going to a game 5 because I know TK was up 2-1.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll receive word from backstage there. On
TK played really well yesterday, by the way.
Yeah. Oh,
TK
won.
wins 3-1.
Maven finally casted a TK win. Anything's possible.
First time
folks.
for everything.
Anything's possible, kids. Well, that means we're the late night stream tonight, Revan. We made it happen. Rise Nation, EnVyUs, 2 of your teams you'll more than likely be seeing in the top 4 heading into Stage 1 playoffs, going at it in a Game 5 here on Redwood S&D. To get it started, Revan, who wins it? Round count. Give me the call.
I'm thinking Envy takes it just because they looked better in that first search and destroy.
Okay.
Thinking 6-3.
6-3.
Unless they get 1v4, in which case they lose.
That could definitely happen. I'm going to go with Envy as well. I'm going to say Envy win this one by a score line of 6-4.
So the thing about predicting something like 6-3 is you're always close to like all the outcomes. So you could always fall back on like, oh, I was pretty close with my prediction.
See, you're always lying.
How's that a lie?
You're just always saying things just to. It's
Early action going down. It's going to be Slasher along the wall. And he's going to be met by immediate pressure. Finds one, but he's going to fall to his death off the map. But at least he gets the information for his team, as Octane is using the Shiva here, but he also has the bomb in his hands as he goes for the plant. I mean, the Shiva, can't think of a better weapon to protect your bomb carry here, as Classic does spot out a couple of Envy players.
bomb is down. Classic still watching over. Thankfully for him, no one's hit the
Oh, he's
side
gonna hit the wall run?
He's actually gonna bring the action to them. Gets one, spots the second.
Oh.
Classic, 2 headshots, goes for the third. Almost cleans it up. Havoc tries to run on out. Round 1 win over to Rise Nation, led by that beautiful 2-piece from Classic.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive push from Classic, and clearly Envy were not expecting that. You saw Octane as he goes along the boost slide past the door. He spots Havoc. Havoc did not spot him because he was too busy cleaning up Classic, as Rise, with the early A push, they take a 1-0 lead.
They definitely do. Envy will go for their first offensive round win. Rough start to them for this game, but hey, they'll be able to bounce back in this one. Looks like they're going to have a presence near middle map with Havoc submachine gun smokes already out. Expecting that to be from Luna. He did that in game 2. Havoc, though, actually used it to his advantage there as he somehow stuck up to this middle tree trunk.
He's been spotted.
He definitely has been. Oh my god, that nade from Slasher was just dead on target. Octane dies first for Rise Nation.
Looney pushes up right through mid-alley, finds TP as well as Slasher, but it's going to be Havoc turns around, is able to trade that kill, picks up the bomb, and it looks like Envy might do a rotation towards his A bomb site, but JCap sticking around along with Havoc. They're returning some fire. They get stuck on each other through the bunker doorway, as now they rotate all the way back around. They'll be attacking A.
2 players rotating over. JCap.
You need to be watching your bomb planner.
Watches back and he's standing up and planting. He was standing up and planting, so they see it instantly. JCap in a 1-on-1 with 35 seconds remaining.
What you could do is bob up and down, just crouch and stand back up, crouch and stand back up, and at least spot. But yeah, you never want to stand still, just standing up like that.
My god, JCap actually picked up a weapon. He's going to wind up pushing on through. Slack is going for the long flank, which JCap, at this
going
point,
to work out.
He should have full knowledge that that's kind of what's going on, right? It doesn't surprise him here as he's going to go for this plant at B. Slack has to know something's going on, and he's going to get his rotation all the way back across the map.
He's going to ledge slide here.
Still, though, going to get there a little bit late, and he knows JCap's pushed down low, so he's at least got that information. He knows he can't be anywhere else.
Why not go right for the defuse here?
I mean, he's now spotted him. Slack gets
that
a
works
gunfight
too.
win. Maybe that's why, because he's going to win that engagement. 2-0 round lead. Rise Nation showing up in Game 5 when they need to most.
I want to see more early defuses.
Oh, God.
I think he would have gotten it.
I'm just worried about the tweets we're going to see from Slasher about how he's upset they keep losing and how, even with his incredible performances, it doesn't work out. He's got a right to be vocal, right? He's been the consistent, dominant
He's been consistently
player.
good, yeah.
Yeah. And from what I'm now seeing on Twitter, there's a 3-way tie for the 7th, 8th spot right now.
That's nuts. That's got, like, imagine being one of those teams. You're tied with 2 others as you're fighting for your stage 2 life. But we're all focused on this one. Rise off to a 2-0 lead here against EnVyUs. The primary stream's already done. It's all us here, and the Shiva's brought out by Octane, spots one middle map. A lot of action going down over near the B site. Slack here with first bloods opens up onto TP.
Whoa!
Classic is here to trade the kill as he takes out Havoc. Gotta watch out for JCap. He's in top window, but Octane with that Shiva, it's certainly not a gun you want to be challenging.
No, he's still watching his flank. Thankfully, it does look like this bomb will now get planted on the bridge side.
Oh, this is going to be an easy kill from Octane.
Does he see him in the tree trunk? Yes, he does. That doesn't get easier than that. Doesn't miss a bullet. And still, what's crazy about the Shiva is with only 11 bullets left in the clip, you can get 5 kills with that.
Yeah.
That just shows
If you had high caliber on, you could get 11.
Yeah. As JCap has now found his way onto the site. Definitely expect someone coming from this bridge. Spots him, gets shot in the back. Rise up 3-0. What is going on, Revan, as they are still inching closer and closer to a Game 5 victory?
Here you see Classic coming around from behind. What I'm seeing from Envy is when it comes down to working trades, they need to do it a bit better. Like on the initial fights over near the B site for Rise, Envy traded out 1 kill, but then it was a 3-on-2 for Rise. And then they just worked their man advantage in due part to Classic. He's going off 6-2. TP 0 kills, JCap 1 kill. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3 for Envy. They need to step it up, and this could be a way back into the game.
This definitely could be. I mean, there's nobody at A right now.
If any streaks.
How does Looney play this? I mean, he's got a sub, too. How would you play this if you're Looney? Just like this?
Well, he does have a smoke, and smoke's going to be... Oh, actually, no, he used it early.
He used the ball middle map.
But, like, let's say he saved the smoke. That would be huge for closing the gap and blocking off lines of sight for these defending players.
This is awkward because that HC blows up instantly, completely wasted. The bomb has already been planted. They have yet to move past this A building, and 10 seconds are already off the
They're just waiting for Slack or Classic to come around the flank.
Someone's hitting the low tree wall run. That's actually Looney.
He gets spotted.
Slasher knows he's there. Classic's got a player to his left. Should get this one on Havoc. Does earn himself an HC. 20 seconds remaining. I mean, they need to execute now, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Classic, the last one alive. They know he's coming around the flank, and he gets spotted out. JCap with 2 here.
It just took so long.
Around and kill cam. Yeah, they waited for Classic to come around the flank. Classic did find that opening kill. Maybe if Looney hits that wall run as Classic makes noise on the flank, that could have worked out for Rise there. But hey, Envy, they find a way into the game. They get their first round up there on the board. But Rise, they had some rounds to play with.
Yep.
That's an okay risk to take.
How do Envy wind up playing this one on defense? We saw it right there. Rise, 4-man stack B, and Envy basically just walked into the A site and got a plant. It looks like Envy don't want to have that happen as they still have 1 player watching that backside of the map. 3-man push down this B bridge. Octane strikes first blood again from top bunker with that Shiva. Sees a second player as well. Oh my god, you can't challenge him. You can't challenge this.
No, you can't. Even with 6 bullets, you feel comfortable challenging, but he's got an RK5. He knows this player is pushed up over near bunker. Loon is going to lay down some covering fires. He finds Havoc, and you know, sometimes that over-aggression from Havoc pays off. This time, and this map, it's hurting him a little bit.
Wow,
it's just like that, Rise go up 4-1.
That was just an easy round for Rise Nation. I mean, now you know. So now you know Octane is going there every round on offense with the Shiva. Do you have a player like, let's say Havoc, pull out a sniper and just hit a shot on him?
That's something that could shut him down.
Just send a message.
But honestly, it might be too late.
Yeah. I mean, you're down 4-1 already, yeah.
And look, TP still continuing to struggle. 0 and 4. Look for him to maybe step it up. You need a big performance from him. Psychosis to A could be good here.
And JCap's the only one even remotely near bunker, so that's not going to happen. TP tossing out, I believe, some EMPs. Knows there's got to be someone on site. Going to jiggle peek this corner. Hasn't spotted a player as of yet. Camo used, but TP actually gets a kill on the Classic. Slack the 5-3! Slack gets the 3-piece! Oh my god, that round
JCap's dead. Bye, JCap.
That round was just completely blown open.
Oh. How do you not get that? Okay. Woo, I was about to say, Octane. Luckily, you got Looney here to back you up. It's a 5-1 lead for Rise, thanks to Slacked getting 3 quick kills.
What just happened?
What happened when it comes down?
He baited out his camo teammate. Yeah. That's what happened.
And also trading kills on the side of Envy.
Yeah.
Just unable to stop Slacked as he has a huge round. And now Envy, this could be their second Game 5 loss this week.
Oh my god.
He didn't even use Kinetic there.
Everything pointing towards a Rise win here in Game 5. They've got some specialists to work with. They're going to use the HC.
Yeah, they're playing around that.
I guess he's letting his teammates push up a little bit on the map first and let things develop. Classic gets
first blood.
What was that with?
I was on the flank with something.
Ooh, there you go. JCap challenges Octane, finally kills him.
HC did spot a player out in the water here. That's what Slack's looking for. But they kill the player on the flank, and they're going to exploit the fact that Envy have nobody here at the A bomb site. This is going to be a nice and easy bomb plant. Slack will be in charge of watching the flank, but he should really move over and help out his teammates. But unfortunately, he just doesn't have the information we do.
Another HC called in from Classic. He's going to spot 2 here. He didn't see the third, so they might still be worried about a player on the flank.
JCap has to use his Psychosis here.
Gonna pop it?
He has to.
Classic gets 1 kill. JCap peeks, Classic finds a second, and just like that, Rise Nation win it. 6-1, the reverse sweep on Team EnVyUs, and they clutch up in Game 5, and look at that, Slasher, first one to dip out of the lobby. He is the epitome
Okay,
of
we see the
frustrated
score
right now.
here. Everybody but TP dropping 4 kills on the side of Envy Classic, 10-5, 6-3 from Looney, 6-2 from Slack.
Jesus.
Just about everybody pitching in from the side of Rise. As you know, they struggled in that first search and destroy, but they rebound here in Game 5 as they take it over EnVyUs.
People mention all the time about Rise. All these players have the ability to go off. Everyone talks about Octane. Well, guess what? They're only 3-3. Very quiet game. The rest of his team, a combined 22 kills and only 10 deaths. A 2.20 KD ratio. A big reason why Rise just took that map with an overall round count of 6-1 to beat EnVyUs and drop Envy down on an 0-2 week. Crazy stuff. We should have your updated standings here momentarily as EnVyUs fall yet again in Game 5.
Yeah, maybe somebody, I don't know. I'm not going to put the blame on Havoc. I definitely think it's a team effort, but maybe they just haven't practiced with him enough. I'm not sure what's going on here as we have the updated standings for you guys. There you see
Envy dropped
Optic.
to 4th. Rise are in 2nd.
Rise are now in 2nd place.
Rise bounce up to the 2-spot phase, move back
Elevate
to
in
3rd.
5th.
Complexity 10-8 now.
Yeah, look at this. H2K, Luminosity, TSM, all 7-11. The crazy thing is Team Caliber, they're making a good case to get out of that relegation zone.
Hey, TK, that win tonight versus TSM.
That's
Think,
huge.
if TSM win that game, they move to 8-10, and TK fall to 5-13.
Yeah, and now TSM are in the relegation zone. They're the ones who
Crazy.
might be fighting for their life in Stage 2. A lot of stuff to play for in these upcoming weeks.
Well, there you have it, folks. Week 9 is in the books. Only 2 more weeks remain. Europe and Australia are done. Up until their Stage 1 finals. You will not want to miss the action these next 2 weeks. Across the next month, we will see almost $450,000 given away between these multiple regions. Ridiculous stuff. You won't want to miss it. It's actually more than that. It's 250, 200, 600,000. What is my math right now? I'm tired. I don't know about you, but the 2 long Game 5s this week for us here. That's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I believe I just heard
Rise has clinched their spot in playoffs.
Wow. So Rise, because you reverse sweep Envy, you now can relax. You're automatically getting into those playoffs because of all the hard work you've done.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, twitch.tv/Call of Duty at 5 p.m. PST for the COD Esports Weekly Recap Show. We'll see you there.